Hello everyone, today we're diving into a topic that has been making waves in the lithium market, the 8 lithium mine suspension, and its real impact on global and China markets. These 8 mines aren't a random group, they're linked to some of China's biggest names in lithium and EV batteries. There's CATL, the world's leading EV battery manufacturer, Gotion High-Tech, a core EV battery manufacturer, Chemex, a significant lithium producer, Yongxin Materials, and Julian Lithium are representative enterprises in developing lepidolite resources in Jiangxi province. So why do they matter? Together, they supply over 70% of Jiangxi province lepidolite. And Jiangxi isn't just any region, it's a major hub for China's lithium carbonate output. So when news broke about these mines, there's no surprise that the market worried about the supply disruptions. This entire issue traces back to a game-changing new Chinese mining law that took effect on July 1st, 2025. It rewrote 2 core rules for lithium mining. First, lithium is now classified as an independent mineral. Per the law, many mines mine lithium under ceramic clay licenses. These licenses were easier to obtain and came with lower tax burden. Now, lithium is treated as a separate, standalone mineral. That means no mines can no longer rely on ceramic clay licenses. They need a dedicated lithium mine to operate legally. The law also raised the bar for what counts as economically viable lithium. For lithium oxide, the minimum grade requirement jumped from 0.3% to 0.4%. Overnight, many of Jiangxi's older lithium resources fell below this new threshold, making them illegal to mine, unless operators can prove the reserves meet the 0.4% standard. In order to comply with the new laws, all 8 mines had a deadline, September 30, 2025, to submit resources reports to prove 2 things. The lithium resources are large enough to justify mining, and the lithium oxide grade meets the 0.4% minimum. Only then could they qualify the new lithium mine license and keep operating. After the deadline, what actually happened? Spoiler, not all mines suspended. September 30 deadline has come and gone, so let's set the record straight on the rumors. All 8 mines have submitted reports. Good news, no one ignored the requirements. Everyone is working to comply. 2 mines have already got the report. CATL and Gotion High-Tech have had their resource report greenlight, and their mineral type have passed reviewed by the Ministry of China's Natural Resources. 1 mine got a safety lesson. Yongxin Materials received their operating safety lesson. This means it can keep producing for short term, no immediate shutdown, while it finalizes its mineral type for its mining permit. 7 mines, excluding CATL's Jianxiawo, are not suspended. This companies confirm they haven't received any shutdown notices, and the suspension is unlikely at this stage. The only mine currently offline is CATL's Jianxiawo, and even this is temporary. Here is why it shut. First is an old mining certificate, expired on August 9, 2025. Second, it's still undergoing a post-submission audit inspections. Before the shutdown, Jianxiawo produced 8,000 LCE per month. But the key takeaway is the shutdown is not permanent. CATL is actively working to restart the operation. The new law isn't just targeting Jiangxi lepidolite mine, it's also impacting Qinghai Salt Lake lithium projects, which are another major source of China lithium supplies. Let's break down the 2 key players here. Zhenghe Mining was ordered to halt production because it didn't have a dedicated lithium mining license. Zhenghe planned to produce 11,000 tons of LCE in 2025, which is about 900 tons LCE per month. This output accounts for less than 1% of China's domestic lithium supply. Zhenghe's subsidiary has now received official approval to resume its production on October 11, from its suspension on July 16 to October 11. Altogether, the suspension lasted only for 87 days. Maximum production disruption is only 2,007 tons of LCE. The second company is Qinghai Salt Lake Industry. Last year, this company had a brief production halt for the similar license issue. but it resumed production quickly after paying back taxes. Right now, the market is monitoring its license renewal progress. There is no news on new shutdown. For now, the business is as usual. To understand the lawsuit impact, data from the month following its implementation reveals a clear story of a market adopting, not a collapsing. The new regulation successfully triggered a shift in China's lithium supply structure. But crucially, total domestic production continued to grow. The policy's direct hit was felt most acutely in the lepidolite sector. Production from Jiangxi's lepidolite mine fell substantially as operations worked to comply with the new lessening and grid requirements. Similarly, Salt Lake production initially dipped due to the compliance issue. However, the losses were more than compensated for by a decisive shift to other more reliable sources. Production based on important spodumene concentrate surged, hitting a consecutive record high, and firmly establishing itself as the dominant pillar of China's lithium supply. At the same time, the recycled lithium sector also saw a steady and healthy growth. These two-month trends prove that the policy caused a strategic shift in the supply mix, away from lower-grade domestic lepidolite and towards to a more robust spodumene imports and the recovering Salt Lake sector, rather than causing an overall supply cut. The policy also triggered short-term price swings. Let's walk through the timeline. In early August, rumors that all 8 mines were suspended fueled fears of supply shortage. Lithium carbonate price surged to nearly 12,000 per ton. In late August and early September, once the fact emerged that all Lithium ETL's Jianxiawo mine was shut, and it's only temporary, prices cooled off. They fell 17% to around 10,000 per ton. To wrap it up, let's highlight the long-term and the fundamental effects of this law. For China, it means industry consolidation. The new rules will push lower-grade, smaller mines out of the market. This will concentrate production in larger and more efficient players, making lithium supply chain more stable and sustainable in the long term. It also means a shift to higher quality sources. The law incentivizes miners to focus on higher grade lithium instead of lower grade inefficient resources. This will reduce waste and lower reliance on marginal supply. For the global market, it means spodumene demand is going to stay strong. China's jump in spodumene uses as a boon for global spodumene producers, expecting that China keep importing more higher-grade spodumene to offset its lepidolite losses. That's our deep dive for today. Comment below, let me know more topics that you'd like to hear.